So what I was saying is, if you expect, for example, like if you're these two junglers, if you're expecting as this Skarner that the Camille might get pushed in early, are you gonna go blue into red into top side gank, and then the other side Hecarim? If he knows his bot side is gonna be shoved in, he might start also blue red into bot side gank, right? So they might not look at each other, or do you
Skarner shouldn't be ganking early. And Skarner shouldn't be ganking at all. Like, Skarner is, like, obviously, Skarner in solo queue, you may be disillusioned because Skarner in solo queue can just find picks, right? And he can just walk into lane and stun someone when they push up and do that for free.
Oh, look at these
You
guys.
can't actually, in a coordinating
They're coming.
setting, if people, oh god, what's happening here? Yeah, in a coordinating setting, if people are paying attention and trying to track the jungler on that, Skarner should not really have a gank angle pre-6.
You don't think he
Or
can?
not any good ones.
But he can
Especially
get
like
the stun topside, right? Like Lilia is no threat, right? Like
no, but it's a
if you
matter of
go
getting on it.
blue.
This champion is so slow. You have to walk up, you have to hit a skill shot, and then you have to auto them.
Okay, yeah, true.
I really don't think like a decent into a decent team. Skarner shouldn't really have gank angles pre-6, especially with Flash as well. Like Ghost gives you a little bit more options.
Yeah.
I think this Hecarim should really be looking to push for an early lead and potentially even double crab pre-6, try to track the enemy Skarner's movements and go for these fights, because I think Skarner is really, really bad early, and he doesn't really have gank angles either. Nami is decent setup, but if they know he's coming, then you're never walking into range of her. I think Winx actually lose this early as well. I think if Salami Salad just jumps, right, if Salami Salad jumps, then I guess they
What
win,
am I
but he
watching?
won't. Well, just press your W. You win that. You win that so hard.
Yeah, but now they're gonna get shoved in, right? Yeah, they're gonna.
But I mean, yeah, we're already seeing these kind of Camille struggling to walk up into the wave already, into the Lilia top lane with the corrupting pot as well.
It looks
But
like
yeah, I think this
both are
Skarner's just
going as
going to be
well.
playing catch up until level 6, and
Yeah.
as he should be.
So it
Caitlyn
looks
looking
like
really,
Hecarim
really
is going for
aggressive.
the full clear, whereas Skarner is going for the early level 3, right? He's going
It may be
red,
that
blue,
is the case,
gold.
yeah.
Yeah.
We may also we
Oh.
potentially would see some invade shenanigans, maybe a meet in the bot river. Not quite sure how that would go if the bot lanes move up. Obviously, Rel's really, really strong in those early fights, but Caitlyn Nami is probably stronger in a 2v2 overall. Also, Lissandra can get there quicker and is generally
Oh my
stronger in
god.
a burst trade, but if the fight goes sustained, then the Yasuo is going to have the advantage. Rel already being forced to back by this onslaught of Caitlyn Qs here. Really, really tough lane to be able to deal with. Meanwhile, God of War asserting dominance in the top lane. This Camille not really able to do anything and doesn't have the jungle pressure. This is going to be a rough few early levels for Camille before she can start confidently jumping on the Lilia. 16
Skarner is
CS to
invading
7.
Here. He got the ward here.
Skarner is thinking about it. He's got a
he
ward
needed that
in.
vision because he wants to get the scuttle here that is spawning in like
He
4
wants
seconds.
to get. The thing is, he shouldn't have this scuttle here, but he does because the bot lane is just non-existent on the side of Gosport gods at this moment. Hecarim obviously probably has a decent idea that he's doing that because they have a ward in the bush that he just warded. They would have seen him put it down. So Hecarim should probably just rotate over for the other crab. That seems fine. Camille Lissandra is 2 solo lanes pretty difficult to gank, especially as a champion without hard CC out of Hecarim charge. Like Hecarim charge won't completely. You have to time the charge really well to actually stop a Lissandra's E, unlike other junglers. But Hecarim probably wanting to look for gank angles in the bot lane, but of course that crab makes things difficult. Hecarim going for an invade now, actually, onto Skarner's Raptors. Meanwhile, Camille jumping on the Lilia here, taking a nice trade with the Q. E goes wide, but does God of War win that? He's got the corrupting pot ticking. Blooming blows hitting. Camille Q up again, but hits a minion. Q misses, and it looks like that will be the extent of the trade. Meanwhile, Nami walking forward for quite aggressive trades, taking a lance to the face. Skarner is on the top side of the map, but I don't think he's looking to gank at the moment.
He just ran to here and warded, but then backed off. So interesting. I mean, we both kind of were right. You were correct with the assumption that Lilia is going to have the shove top, and also bot lane is really struggling for blue team here. I really enjoy how actually Hecarim is not deciding to go here.
No.
Even with the
It's
extended
interesting
range.
also that this is a Conqueror
And you
Hecarim.
see here, Skarner
Oh,
3-6.
Skarner looking
I
for
told you.
a gank angle in the top lane. Gardevoir
Oh.
really pushed up, flashes away, he goes wide, and
It's
that'll
a
be
freeze flash.
all she wrote. Gardevoir now walking up again, obviously knowing that the Camellia is down, pretty safe, but will just take the back. Skarner also backing there. Hecarim looking for a gank angle in the bot side, no ward. Devastating Charge comes straight through onto Ruins. He's looking for that wall, he's looking for the flash, and he won't even need to use it. Trap goes down, walks straight into it. Looks like they're somewhat committing to the chase. Flash is available for Slammy Salad. Kit fucking carry kind of way out of the way on this Nami. Maybe look for a bubble here, but that was a bit awkward.
He survived that.
And that was really poorly played by Valstorm there. I think if you just got behind the Caitlyn before pressing your charge, then you just knock her back and put her in far more awkward position. Probably give the Rel enough time to be able to get over and flash W her. This will be first dragon, most likely going over to the side of this. Re-engage from the Rel onto Kit fucking carry. Brand damage plus Yasuo dash will secure the first blood for Info's Disciple. Lissandra comes in, presses R on Slammy Salad, flashes forward with that frozen soul ticking, double kill onto Info's Disciple. Will that make it a triple? Skarner will pick up the third kill, but somewhat disastrous end to that fight, despite the fact that it looked quite good at the start. Info's Disciple just unable to do anything against these ticking frozen thralls once the Dark One got that first kill onto Slammy Salad.
That turned ugly real quick for blue team.
That is exactly the fight you don't want to be taking at Lissandra in the early game. You're not respecting her passive. Lilia still acting with pretty high priority, but they are fairly even on farm. I think that is coming more from God of War missing farm than actually than anything else. I think if God of War was perfect CSing as well as denying as much as he is, I think he would be quite a bit ahead.
If he pokes on the Camille a bit more, now she doesn't have TP, so if he gets a bit more, then he can punish the CS a bit. Yeah, so Camille's recalling here. If he shoves this lane, this wave in here, okay, Camille decides.
One other thing that we saw in that fight before was that we saw obviously Kit fucking carry blew up really quickly due to the Brand burst, but once Brand used all that, he's not level 6. He doesn't have anything else. He's no longer really a champion. So yes, the support for the side of Winx Club was gone, but so was the ADC for the side of Gosport Gods, and this Caitlyn was suddenly uncontested in terms of ranged DPS on the side of that team fight.
I'm surprised how close in CS the Brand is, considering how the early lane went, right?
Yeah, I mean, they looked like they were being shoved in quite a lot, but I think most of the poke went onto Slammy Salad, not Duke of Jamming, so I think he was generally doing alright. The Lissandra's looking pretty spooky now. Looks like it might be an Everfrost Lissandra due to that Ruby Crystal, which I haven't seen, but I suppose it makes sense. Obviously we saw Leandre's built by Cosmos in the last game. Bubble onto Slammy Salad, Trap will go down. The dismount used to get away there, forced to back once again, and the minion wave pushing right into the tower. Brand able to pretty decently wave clear this, but Pico not quite able to stop this Rel's back, but now Duke of Jamming himself is looking pretty low, and that will be already one turret plating, potentially soon a second one. This Kip fucking carry goes for some vision.
I really like how the Nami is playing the lane aggressive. Usually when you have like these AP mage supports, a lot of them, if you have like Soraka, those types of champions, a lot of people play them passively. So they play them behind the ADC. In almost every single situation I've seen, the Nami is in front of the Caitlyn, where like when they're shoving it. So like that is something I really like to see, because it just makes you play the lane so much more aggressive.
I mean, Kit fucking Carry, we've seen him prove himself to be a very, very formidable support player. And Nami is generally a champion you want to be playing super aggressively. She is possibly the most aggressive in the game. Lissandra Claw cancelled out by the Yasuo ult there. Will press R, but it won't be enough. No flash available after that last team fight, and that will be a shutdown for Info's Disciple. And that will pull the gold lead back a little bit, but it's still 1,000 in favor of Winx Club after that dragon fight.
Yeah, that was very nice. Using that to cancel it as well. That was very nice.
Yeah, that was a very, very nice for CC chain to stop the Lissandra Claw. Will definitely be an Everfrost Lissandra at this point. We're also seeing some early Ruby Crystals alongside Lucidity Boots for this Hecarim. I don't know what that's going to end up building into, whether we'll see the Chem Tank Hecarim that has been the more common build as of late. Or whether we'll see a more an otherwise things like Divine Sundra. Brand still putting deep some damage into the minions, but it's definitely fair to say that this Caitlyn has complete control of the wave. Fucking Carry looking a little bit AFK in the bush over there, but
I was gonna say, Arins is like legitimately in the face of Brand, and then the Nami is just like da 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 da.
Yeah, we have to see. I assume. I mean, in terms of Nami as OP as Moonstone Renewer is, I think the Imperial Mandate is an item that you can consider for Nami. I think it is really, really strong with how it synergizes with her E. So it may be that we see that picked up, but it's more likely to be Moonstone, especially being able to heal through the tick damage from the Lilia and the Brand. Working towards Leandri's on both of these champions by the looks of things.
Yeah, I'll just nod and wave, yes. I'm surprised that, considering how you told me the lane is gonna go topside and how it actually also turned out, Camille is almost, well, not almost, he is even in CS. He's actually ahead as well.
Lilia is gonna push this really hard, but she's still gonna respect the Camille. The Lilia, if the Lilia steps up and gets engaged on by Camille, then she doesn't win that extended trade, not through Grasp. I've got some vision taking. I mean, obviously, Gardevoir has prio in the lane at the moment, but in a 1v1 scenario, if it steps out a lion, you get a good Camille ult, then you can really be in trouble.
They were looking for something bot side with Yasuo and Hecarim there, but just turned out nothing.
Oh, Camille going in for what I would assume is a short trade onto Gardevoir, turns into a long one. Ults will come through. Tactical sweep goes wide. Hextech ultimation. Well, the time through that is just bought with the Lilting Lullaby. It's just trade of ults to the top side. I don't think we're going to see much more of that. Gardevoir going for more of an aggressive trade. He misses, but Camille passive is back up. What? Double flashes. Jane of Padmore fails flash. Tactical sweep goes down, makes the Blooming Blows miss. And yeah, they're just going to walk away. Hecarim goes in for the steal, but misses it. Second dragon picked up for Winx Club and has to ult away at that point.
I saw that correctly, right?
Dancing around in the top lane.
Camille fail flashed, right?
Yeah, Camille flashed in place. Oh, but E forward onto Gardevoir, and we'll just pick it up. That's the danger of this lane. If you don't dodge the E, then you're pretty much dead. Arin's going forward for very aggressive trades and trap placement. Won't quite kill Duke of Jamming, but that Nami passive with the... not Nami passive, Nami E with the Caitlyn autos looking really, really spooky.
Yeah. Arin's is playing so aggressive.
Yeah, I mean, you have to on Caitlyn. He is one of the few people that I think in the server can pilot Caitlyn to a degree that justifies picking her. Outside of a few others. But I think the champion otherwise, if you don't play it like this, then why are you picking it? You're not playing for a late game parry. Walks into the trap hidden behind this tower. Nice trade on Slimy Salah, but Arins is looking pretty low on mana, although they might be setting up a dive here. Teleport is available for both top laners if this goes ugly, but Hecarim is nowhere to be found. Flash forward from Chris K.
Yep.
Skarner ultimate onto the Brand, into the Nami wave, into the Nami bubble, and Arins will pick up the kill. Brand ult not quite enough to finish off Chris K, doesn't get those triple stacks on him. Yeah, pretty clean Skarner play, pretty predictable, but what can you really do in that kind of scenario? Hecarim is gonna hopefully look to get stuff around the road. I mean, I guess Gardevoir is getting plates in the top lane while Camille, I don't know what Camille's doing.
Camille's
winning this trade really hard, I think. Watch out, Eep goes forward, but is completely eaten up by the Camille passive. Gardevoir presses sleep a little bit questionably. I think if you walk up to proc that one, then you're just going to get an E to the face.
He used the sleep because he saw that. Oh, never mind. The
Hextech ultimatum goes down, and Gardevoir will just get stabbed. Hecarim. Unstoppable Onslaught will come through. No devastating charge. Yeah. Camille will probably just win this. Yeah. E forward stuns and gets the double kill onto the Hecarim.
Yeah, so that turned from not good to horrible.
And this is why you don't blind pick Lilia. I think this is a little bit of hubris from what happened last weekend. Thing I can just diff every top laner in the league with my Lilia. Not this one.
Yeah, I think the Lilia sleep went because Hecarim in the river used Ghost and E, so I think they tried to he tried to close the gap and go on the Camille as quickly as possible, but the sleep was just used too early.
Oh, and then he gave up and he walked away, and then the
Yeah.
Camille re-engages
Yep.
and just stagger kills them.
Yep.
Right. Makes sense. In terms of CS, pretty even across the board, very even in the solo lanes.
Yeah.
Arin's pulling quite a bit ahead in the bot lane at the moment, but not that far ahead, and Brand doesn't need too many items to become dangerous, so I don't think that's too much of an issue. No Lilting Lullaby available from Gardevoir at this point, really kind of taking the heat from this Caitlyn and Nami. Tidal will come forth, goes wide, but forces Gardevoir off the wave. They're able to get some more turret plating out here. Info was Disciple now here to support Mrs. Q on the stationary minion.
Yeah, so they're using the mid laner and the top laner to try and
yeah, this is weird. I don't know why they're both here. Meanwhile, their bot lane has gone mid, and the top laner is like the enemy top laner. The Camille is this kind of uncontested bot lane. They're like neither of them want to deal with the Camille because, of course, Camille is really good into both Lilia and Yasuo in terms of solo laners.
Yeah, those lane assignments are pretty confusing. The Camille's gonna get the shove in here as well. If Hecarim goes in here, she will just engage.
Hecarim just gonna get jumped on by the E. We'll have to use the Unstoppable Onslaught to get away, fearing the X-Tech Ultimatum, which is up. Gardevoir getting really punished down by this top lane. They're gonna put the hurt on the tower as well as him being healed up by the ebb and flow from the Nami. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, you see a similar kind of arrangement with the Gosport Gods bot lane with Duke of Jamming and Slimy Salad, but they're not nearly putting on as much pressure on this Lissandra as they are on the Lilia. And now they're just kind of dithering around the jungle. Dragon 40 seconds away. I wonder if Arin's and Kip fucking Curry will actually come down for this one, or if they're going to give third Dragon. Probably looking for Soul Point. Rift Herald used to open up mid lane, pretty smart, I'd say. Although you could have waited to use that to secure the dragon.
I think they just wanted to open the map because they had tier 1 turret bot side already killed. Tier 1 top was murdered as well. And now
tower in the top lane's gone down as well, thanks to Arin's and Kip fucking Carry, and they will just rotate down for Drake now. Still no Unstoppable Onslaught from the Hecarim available. The Hecarim won't have ultimate for this fight, and all of the ultimates, including 3 lockdown ultimates, are available for the side of Winx Club. Devastating Charge goes through. Slimy Salad will engage with the Magnet Storm onto 2, but just doesn't have the damage. Arin's putting a huge amount of damage in. Dark One will come in, press R on the Hecarim, and finish off Slimy Salad with the Ice Shard, but will get taken down by the last breath. There's Frozen Souls still coming in and zoning away the team.
Oh my god, the Camille.
Jane de Proudmoore jumps forward, doesn't hit the stun onto Duke of Jamming. Caitlyn not coming through. Will he be able to get away? Won't be long before the ease up again. Flashes out from Vilestorm. And that will be Drake for the side of Winx Club, as well as a 2-for-1 in their favor.
Yeah, they're winning all of these interactions.
Yeah, the Brand ult just really didn't feel like it had enough oomph in that fight. He needs to get more items. He needs to get a little bit. He probably needs, I don't know, you go Demonic Embrace second, I guess, before you can actually do it. And this Camille's just feeling a little bit unkillable. The Lilia didn't really do anything that fight either.
Yeah, like who can answer that Camille in the side lane?
There just isn't anyone. Like, she jumps on Brand, kills him, jumps over his stun, so she can't stun him. Naturally pretty counters Yasuo. Yasuo is probably the one that stands most of a chance because he's three kills up as well, but in general, Camille's going to win that. And then the Lilia just gets jumped on. It's just not the pick for this game, I don't think. As much as Lilia can kite around the rest of their comp potentially,
yeah, and also
Arin's now looking to reassert dominance in the top lane against this Lilia.
I don't know if you've noticed, but Arin's keeps hoovering up all of these side lane minion waves. Yeah. Like, he is getting
now
so
nearly
much
50 CS ahead of Duke of Jamming.
Yeah. Like, this is a, what, 2,000 gold lead? Yeah, like 2,000. Holy shit. This is going to be pretty dangerous if they don't stem this bleeding, because he's essentially being able to hover between mid and top side and just get both sides of these. And we can maybe see a potential fight here.
Stun goes through on Chris K, maybe a little bit far forward, looking for the Skarner roll onto Duke of Jamming. Brand presses his R button. It's going forward. It's getting the stacks. Chris K burning, but will it be enough? Camille E comes down onto Infor's Disciple. So will the Hextech Ultimatum and the
Arins
whatever
was
a Q is called will
1v1ing the
finish him
Gardevoir
off.
and lost. Like I think this
Oh,
was...
I didn't even notice that. Yeah, Arins died.
Yeah, Arins was separated. He went through here and then was fighting Gardevoir here. But this was a very bad fight position-wise from Winx Club. Like it was alright at the end of the day. The result wasn't bad, but the positioning.
I think Chris K just spent a little bit too long getting the pick, and once he did get the pick, it looked like the Caitlyn just wasn't focusing down the brand. But I think the Camille is just strong enough. Unstoppable Onslaught coming down, devastating charge onto the Nami, knocking him further away from this Rel. Hecarim trying to get forward, but the Lissandra are able to just freeze him up, knock him away. Chris K walking forward, but does not have the ult available. Gardevoir tickling away at this Nami, trying to get the stacks off, but will get jumped on by the Skarner, looking pretty low. Hecarim really low. And it looks like they'll just have to disengage from this fight. I'm really not liking these devastating charges from the Hecarim, knocking them out of the rel range for his team. I think you just leave this turret. I think it's pretty doomed.
I mean, it's a legitimately one tap. I don't know. Oh, but they did try to...
Although Arins may be looking a little bit strong. Devastating charge into last breath instantly flashes
How
away,
the
but
fuck
Hecarim
does he
has got
survive
ghost
that?
popped.
How is this
Poor
legal?
management, I think, and Valstorm nearly dies to him.
How is that legal?
Really nice flash into the waiting arms of the Lissandra, who's able to keep him safe. And yeah, just not enough damage to take down this Caitlyn. It's looking a little bit sad. I think Infowars Disciple still has the potential to carry this game, but it's looking worse and worse the more we look at it. Obviously, Soul Point at 21 minutes.
Yeah, and it's an
It's
ocean.
the part in solo queue where it feels a little bit doomed.
Yeah, I mean, Arins is playing very well. That flash to escape was also very, very clean. He's getting... Yeah, see, this is what I mean, right? Like, he gets the jungle camps, and now he's gonna go probably topside and get there. Like, he's 170 CS. He's... I don't know.
I mean, you look at Alessandra's CS as well, though.
Yeah.
And the Yasuo CS. Like, there've been a huge amount of CS, but we've still got 40 CS differential in the top lane. Mid lane, you have got this Yasuo about 20 ahead, but then in the bot lane, 60 CS, or 55-ish on the side of Winx Club. It's Caitlyn with basically an entire item ahead of this brand.
Yeah. Now we're going to see
Lilia
the fight for this
still
objective.
failing to really show herself as a useful pick in any sense of the imagination.
See,
I don't know what he thought they were going to go.
Oh.
Did they ban Aurelia? Because that would have been banned into Aurelia too.
Yes,
Oh, sorry.
it was fun.
Last Breath goes forward onto Jaina Proudmoore. We'll use the Hextech Ultimatum to buy some time, but will eventually get shut down by Infor's Disciple. Arins will pick up a kill. 3-man Lily asleep. Infor's Disciple instantly goes on Arins, gets the knockup, gets the autos. This might be the turnaround. Rel E stuns up Chris K, forced him to go away. The Dark One in the middle of everything, but will get blasted by the Watch Out Eep, and disaster for the side of Winx Club. Arin's just unable to do anything. Lilia getting a really, really nice 3-man sleep. These are the types of fights that you cannot allow Gosport gods to take when they've got that team composition. A composition that's so easily exploitable, but so strong in those niche scenarios.
It's also every
and
time
that was a
around these
poor
objectives,
engage from Jaina Proudmoore.
They don't defend the choke points, right? Like for Gospel Gods here, when they were coming from these two sides, it was they were just free to go in here and just split the red team in two, because half of them were here, the other half was here, and there was no contest of this choke point at all.
Yeah, looking potentially a little bit overconfident from the side of Winx Club, given their lead. Obviously, we are still on Soul Point. I think if the Soul goes down, it's going to look a little bit doomed. But the Caitlyn is starting to show her cracks now. Obviously, was very, very dominant in the laning phase, but really couldn't do a huge amount once the Lilia pressed R on her in that fight. Might need to see a QSS picked up for Arins. But yeah, no, I mean, really nice comeback for the side of Gosport Gods. They're able to slow down the Soul a bit, get the Dragon there. Really poor engage from the Camille as well. We've seen this before. Chris K did it in the fight before. Obviously, they ended up winning that anyway.
Arins?
And now Jaina Proudmoore does it here. where they just engage before the rest of the team is ready
What
to
is
go in.
Arin's
Sleep
doing?
goes down onto Arin's unstoppable onslaught into devastating charge, but the Gale Force is enough to keep him alive. Dark One comes
Okay,
forward with the
that shouldn't have
W,
happened.
and yeah,
Like,
no.
sure, this was very great. They turned it around, very good. But that's not how this should have gone. Arin should have died there. But yeah, but again, right? We see the
Not at
split
all.
pushing.
I think that was a really poor fight to take on the side of Gosport Gods.
Really?
You know there's the blast cone right there.
Yeah.
So you know the Lilia herself can't instantly follow up on the sleep. And then you see Hecarim committing all of his spells really, really early. Something with Hecarim is you know that this Caitlyn has both Flash available and Net available and Gale Force available. So if you use ult and you use your Devastating Charge and then she net Gale's forces away from you, then you're just stuffed because you have no more gap closers.
Oh my god, I don't think
This will be a pretty clean Baron for the side of Winx. I don't think Gosport Girls have any idea.
No, they don't know because I was watching the minimap. Camille was here and they was spotted her here. So they pinged her and I think they got confused by her and they didn't know that the Baron was getting taken. Wow.
Oh, yeah, you can't just jump onto this Caitlyn and waste all your cooldowns before she uses her her gap openers, I guess. Is the opposite of gap closers. Because then you just can't get to her. Even with ghost ticking, you've got the slow from the net at that point, and you've got the Cassandra coming in.
Oh boy. How the hell is Gardevoir?
Oh, sorry, yeah, no,
Wait,
Gardevoir getting out really quickly, but
okay, I mean,
wasn't quite enough of Veilstone. We'll just get Skarner ulted up and blown up, and this is starting to look almost like an end game. Obviously, there was the one fight that they seem to struggle with, but now they've got the mojo about this. Cassandra looking really, really strong at locking down the entire very otherwise fast composition of Gosport Gods. Yeah. We didn't have Little Sing Lullaby available for that fight either. We'll see if we can get a good one here. No flash available for Gardevoir just yet. Knock up on the Caitlyn chooses not to follow up on it.
Yeah, they don't
nice
have the wave
coming in from the Swell Seeds.
So that this wave is going to crash before this, but I think they're just resetting for the Drake, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like they're playing quite smartly here. They're recognizing that they can't safely end. Yeah. So they are just looking to pick up this Ocean Soul while they still have the Baron buff, while they still have that advantage.
Also, Caitlyn is just straight up sitting on 2,500 gold, so she'll just finish an item. Okay, I mean, if they get this soul point, that is going to be very, very big. However, now blue teams at Gosport Gods have the upper hand in vision setup, so they should...
Yeah, they've got the crab, which is really big. Really, really big here. This is going to be on Info's Disciple. This is going to be on him to get a good ult on at least Arin's, if not multiple other people.
They're trying to go both ways. They're trying to push
mid, Camille jumping straight towards the
top
lane. She's got teleport available, as does Gardevoir, but Gardevoir is doing no such thing. We have seen Gardevoir not really particularly responsive to the split push kind of playstyle.
So this isn't
prefers to just kind of coast through lane and then play for team fights. This is potentially a really free inhib for the Camille. I don't think the Lilia on her own can actually do anything about this, but
she can get
we'll see if we see a Blast Cone engage. Yeah, we will Blast Cone engage from Gosport Gods. Her devastating charge goes down onto the Skarner. Lysandra will ult herself. Skarner will ult what looks like the brand, I can't tell. Info's Disciple fairly untouched, able to get the kill onto Caitlyn, but Lysandra will kill him back in return. Slimy Salad will go down, and this Lysandra is just putting out way too much damage in this team fight.
This could be GG.
Those Frozen Thralls doing way too much. I think this might be game because nobody else can stop this Camille.
Right? Yeah, Lysandra just TPs and they end the game.
Yeah, Lysandra, if she finds the button for it, she'll TP in. But don't know if she needs to. I mean, Camille's just going to cleanly take up the second inhib. They're playing it quite slow.
They're playing it slow.
Peeling off. This is
they're playing it slow and methodical. They just want to. They got the both inhibs, so they're just playing it super safe. I don't think it would have been a bit dangerous because I think you would have been at Nexus turrets while the enemy team was respawning already. So I understand why they're going a bit more safe.
But can we look at how how much more proactive and impactful this Lissandra pick has been in comparison to the Lissandra pick for Hivemind in the last game.
That's true.
That pick really looked like it wasn't doing any damage. Leandre's looked just so poor of an item choice on it. Wasn't able to lock down the Talon, wasn't able to lock down the Ezreal. Here, she's just such a menace for this Yasuo, such a menace for this brand. Potentially better matchups, but I would say the Lissandra into Talon matchup is pretty similar to Yasuo.
Yeah. I wonder if they're just all just gonna go bot side to try and get that third inhib, because they will have the pressure from both other lanes.
I mean, they have Soul at this point. I think it's looking fairly doomed, unless there's like a 5-man sleep or something. Seeing also, I've noticed in this game, some somewhat anti-synergy between Vilestorm's Hecarim and Slammy Salad's Rel. I've seen I've put the problem down to the devastating charge angles just not being there. But we've seen that Hecarim actually screw over some of these Rel engages, and the champion just doesn't look particularly strong into this composition. Obviously, playing Rel into Lissandra is a little bit awkward, because once you're on top of her, you just get bonked. But still, just going to be a clean siege in the bot wave. You've got super minions crashing in top wave and mid wave. Mid wave, so they're going to have to answer somewhere. This bot tower is going to have to fall. See in chat, Lissandra can't kill tanks without Leandres, and Lissandra can't solo kill Talon with Yuumi. This Lissandra isn't solo killing anyone in this game. I never said she was. She's not trying to kill anyone. She's denying them their plays. Like, Arinz is killing people. Jaina Proudmoore is killing people. Dark One is making sure that the enemy doesn't kill them. And that's what we potentially really didn't see. I think that's what the Everfrost really allows her to do on the Yasuo. The Leandres didn't
Arinz.
On the Talon. Really aggressive onto Arinz. Last Breath will come down, knock him straight down. Double sleep from Gardevoir. Hextech Ultimatum in the backline blows up Duke of Jamming, but Jaina Proudmoore is now all alone. Shut down onto the Lissandra here. Blooming Blaze will just about keep Gardevoir alive. Jaina Proudmoore will be able to get out, but that is a devastating... not really devastating. It's a 1 for 2, really.
Yeah. This is the second or third time that Arinz got caught out, and this time he died. Because the other 2 times, I kind of disagree with you on the one that happened around like the Baron pit. I think that engage there from Lilia, I think Arinz was over chasing there, and he just got away with it because he had 2 teammates.
I think Arinz was caught out, but it was Hecarim played it badly.
Yeah, true. But here as well, he got like Arinz went here alone, whereas the rest of the team went as here. So it is still dangerous. Like, sure, they have a big advantage, but they need to be a bit careful, because if you shut down one of the... I mean, this is still going to be a win for Winx Club. Let's not
huge shutdowns available, though. Like, there's a little bit of gold. It's mostly on the Nami more than anything, and you can't really afford to be focusing this Nami in team fights. Like, it's not really like a... Oh, nice net. It's not really like a... like a typical enchanter that you want to be focusing. Nami, generally, you want to catch her. You don't want to focus her in a team fight.
Do you want me to let you know something? Do you see what Nami picked as a third item?
Well, yeah, no, I see the Meisha. Meisha is super standard on enchanters. I'll buy Dark Seal in almost every enchanter game I play. Yeah, you just get stacks for free because you assist everyone. Okay, really aggressive Hextech Ultimatum used to buy time. The E will pull her out. Info's War Disciple dashing through the way, but here comes the rest of Winx Club now. Endowed with the Baron. Slammy Salad will walk forward alone, but he is alone. We'll have to flash out. Dark One goes in, gets W1 to 3, starts stacking up those Frozen Thralls. Doesn't have ult available to save himself, with the brand damage being enough to take him down. It won't triple kill for the Dark One. Caitlyn ult will come in to finish off the joint onto Gardevoir, and that will be GG for the side of Winx Club. Really well played in the last team fight, not allowing themselves to be picked off. Jaina Proudmoore able to buy so much time, blow so many cooldowns, and just get out again because Camille knocking everyone away with the Hextech Ultimatum, and then using E. Okay, we can do without the mastery spam. Thank you very much.
Can we? I'm not sure. So this game is still on the knife's edge. We can, start doing the NALCS analysis where, the other team is respawning. They might actually turn this entire game. You see the engage.
Oh, instant frozen tomb, and we'll knock the Dark One into the fountain. Slimy Salad living on a